Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Dragonfable. Last part, we started Serrano's quests and left two more to go. No place like Oaklore. Gem, you've taught me so much these past weeks. All the perseverance, keeping cool under pressure, laughing at danger. But every hero could use a bit of magical intervention, right? I mean, you had Warlock and Cicero to help you. Look how well that's turned out. I heard of a wizard renowned for his advice. From his tower in the Jadeite ruins, it says he's dispensed great wisdom if one is worthy. From the stories I've heard, he's great and pretty powerful too. Sure, it can't hurt to have him use his wizardly ways. Tell me my future. There's a spare enchanted weapon or two lying. Those couldn't hurt either. Oh, this is already looking a bit different. Never mind. It's the same enemy's aggressive apple tree. So weak to just fire? Sure, fire it is. I mean, if it's gonna let me, I'm gonna keep doing it. Didn't let me get past this raven, but it's a raven, so I'm not as worried. Aza Cadelia? Been waiting for you, my pretties. And do you have any idea who this is? Don't you know her? You're the one who's been going around being a hero. Killed any Yagas lately? Maybe she wants revenge. They expect me to keep track of every antagonist I've taken out? Really no, I need a logbook or something. Gem, you've been meddling where you aren't wanted for too long and sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Running perfectly laid plans just because you think they're evil or going to destroy the world. You've been slaughtering Yagas since you were a young hero, just knee-high to a sneevel. It's got to stop. Now you're trying to train more of you? Did you even explain the advantages of being bad to your little octagonal pupil? What would you tempt him with? The inability to bathe? The fear of clean water? You villains are a pretty dirty lot. It's not too late for you, little knight. I could use a captain of the guard. Just think, command of my soldiers, a snazzy black uniform, the ability to chant rousing and inspirational nonsense songs as you patrol. I do love a good nonsense song, but no, I would never betray the trust. Oh, evil is bad, blah blah blah. It's good to help people, yada yada yada. Well, if you won't take my offer. Nope. Told you so. Heroes are so smug when they think they're right. I'll get you, Gem, and your little protege, too. Azadelia. Weak to light and water, but we do not have a water-skilled one. We do, however, have energy to weaken to resistance of light. And fusing them with light, ooh, that's a good combo. Sword. So nice of you. Wasting some of my HP. Yeah, oh, you're dead. Oh, I kind of feel sorry for you. That would just melted you. Boop. Literally melted you. Alright then. Oh. That was not my plan. Go up against a boar drake, not too worrying. But the fact there's more quests here, I guess I kind of should have expected it. The quests have not been this short. I was surprised when I was. Yeah, we're going to fight this thing. Fire. Fire is doing wonders against these guys. Are we like super zoomed in? Why are the enemies the only thing on screen? Is it just to like, no dodging these, you gotta fight them. Because I don't know how to tell it. It's not doing the best job. Oh, that grass is enough to block me. Alright. Attack! Honestly, I'm not a big fan that it just reuses. It's the exact same enemies for every single one of these quests. I get we're training in the same area basically each time, but oh, well, breath then. This is giving me a little more space to work with, at least. Wind and fire as well. Okay. I can work with weakness to fire. I did not realize that. Sometimes you can just tell at a glance, like, the tree's going to be weak to fire. Excuse me, Sir Wizard. Doesn't look like anyone's here. Maybe he's off getting his hair and nails done. Look at all his stuff. Stuffed bird on a stick, potion bottles, crystal ball. Wouldn't touch his stuff. Magic does funny things to ordinary objects. Never told you about Cicero's laundry. Did the curtain just move? What do you think you're doing? Looking for you. A note from when you saying when you'd be back. Why would I? No need to yell now that I'm right here. Why would I be behind a curtain? I hope you haven't frightened Winky. My gnome, he naps behind the curtain. Where were you? In the back, working on a way for ordinary people to fly, without magic or magical creatures. See, the premise is very simple, really. I'm sure it's fascinating, honest, but my friend here, your wisdom and wonderfulness is widely known. I want to ask you if you could tell me what's in the future. Store for me. I'm afraid I'll never be a real hero and do all the brave and noble things a hero's supposed to do. A hero is not a hero because he's noble and brave. A hero is a hero because he's famous and people fear what he can do. Yourself a skilled public relations minion and you'll be set. Doesn't sound quite right. Oh my, do forgive me. I've confused the speech for advising aspiring villains for one for idealistic young heroes. You have prep talks to bad guys too. But it's gotta pay rent too, you know. And villains pay really well when you stroke their egos. Right. I don't think he's really what you're looking for in an advisor. Thank you for your help, wizard. I'll be going now, though. Sure you don't want to stay? I could finish explaining my experiment. You could take it for a test flight. I'm sure it's ready. Almost. No, that's all right. We better get back to the keep. Sure, we've been missed by now. I missed it. The jousting, the jesting, and the most unstable outhouse in the realm. Really, when you think about it, there's no place like Oaklore. You hear something, a sort of whistling sound. Now that you mention it, no, there's no sound in this quest. Ow. There's no place like Oaklore. Bordrakes and apple trees and yagas, oh my. Wow, okay, silver weapon, I'll keep that as well. Healing potions, and the last quest, Victoria's Secret. The king is coming for a visit. This is my chance, but before I can worry about that, there's something I need your help taking care of. Lilith himself asked me to deal with a group of bandits just camped out in the middle of the swamp a ways away. Says it shouldn't be any problem for some of my skills. I haven't mentioned you've been helping me, but I will. In fact, when I get presented to the king, I'll tell him all about you. They taught me so much, but will you help me one last time? Oh, well, this is normal. No weakness, no resistance, so let's just stab him in the eye. But what? That's not what Dragon Eye does? It is now. Oh, now there are two of them. Wow, breath, thank you, save me. So, vermin of unusual gear. I don't know what this one is. I've seen the ruse before, but I wonder how big this one, because this one feels a lot more miscellaneous locationed than the first one. Oh, good. Fire spitting out of the swamp. Halt! Huh? Excuse me? He said we'll make it so as your own mother couldn't identify you. Thank you. We're supposed to be here. We're on a mission that we were sent here to. Hey, Skinny with the big nose, Harry. Doesn't he look like Wesley? Wesley? Yeah, I'm Scully's helping the adventure that helps bandits over near Limecrest. Oh, right, Wesley. You are Wesley, ain't you? Why, yes, I am. That can't have been part of your plan. Nope, but who says I can't think fast? What'd you say? Nothing, just sneezing. Both of us. Gesundheit. Thank you. I've come with a message from fellow chief. He wants to give it to your leader in person. It's very important. Full of plotting and devious bandity goodness. Then you'd best get moving to camp. Follow the path that way and you'll see over the hill there. Watch out for the chief. He and Fezwings. Oh, that giant oath. They got in a brawl and Fezwing knocked him in the head a bit. Might be a bit muddled. I can't believe that's going to work. Definitely just charisma rolled our way through that fight. Which, I mean, if you can do it, do it. I like how these guys are just standing right next to this giant rat with a sword and like, this is normal. Oh, vermin of unnatural girth. Said you would Lee? Yep, Lee. Wesley. Didn't you do that thing for, what's his name? That guy you met in that one town? That's the one. It was Max, alright. He's good at getting things done. Miracle Man, you know what I mean? I do. How about helping me with a little job I got in the works? Sure. What do you think you're doing? What did you just agree to? Trust me, what'd you have in mind, Freddy? Well, you know the king, one with the daughters. What about them? He's going to be in the fortress near the woods near Falcon Range. You mean Oaklore Keep? That's the one. Anyway, I figured the life bandit chief's pretty swanky with bringing the plunder in, but I figured could grab me a princess, could grab some serious loot out of her daddy. You're gonna kidnap one of the princesses. Yep, and you're two gonna help. Very tell me who you really are, because I don't think this is quite how you want to get noticed by His Highness. I'd love to help you. Just one little problem. What's that? My name is Sir de Barak. You're planning to kidnap my princess. Prepare to die. The Dread Bandit Roberts. I did feel like this he cannot be fleed, which is good, because why would I want him gone? We're going to hit him in the heart first. I keep doing that first one. Really, I should be hitting him with electric first. Get his reduction to all. But, I mean, it is also free damage. And I mean that as damage on me, because for some reason that skill gets so much better with self-damage. Because, like, look at this. That's not that good. But whatever. Wings, that should be enough to take him out. Or get him pretty close. 164, dragon hits next. 53, and down. Oh, for... Stop doing that. I keep thinking like, oh good, we beat the boss. And then, no, you still got another fight or two. So I wasn't expecting as many quests as left. I was actually going to be bringing up, and I might as well bring it up today. I was going to be bringing up the Inn at the Edge of Time. I know there's a lot of fights in that area. Welcome back, and Jam, how nice to see you after this time. And I have to be honest, the last mission, dealing with bandits, was something of a test. Sir Reptilius followed you the entire time. Not sure why Jam came with you, but it looks like you didn't mind the company. Company, did you want to break in here? Yes, I'm sure I won't tell me all the details of the mission, but I have news you'll want to hear. King is here, and I've shared Sir Reptilius' report and the details of your last few trips with him. He's eager to meet you. If he and his daughters are about to sit down to a meal, ceremony will announce you. Congratulations, you've come a long way. One more thing. After His Highness is done with you, there's the bandit loot to go through. I'd say you've earned your share. Jam, always good to see you. Sir Anno, I'm pleased to have you dining with us tonight, as are my daughters. Read quite a few stories about you from Sir Armani when he brought up Captain Rollis' request to have you presented, especially after thwarting a kidnapping plot. Please allow me to introduce my daughters, at least one of whom owes her well-being to you. Seems Brittany, my lovely eldest, her clever sister Tara, and finally, my darling Victoria. Hello. Pleasure to meet you both. Good evening. Truly honored, sire. I've dreamed about this moment for years, and to be honest, I have to thank Jem. Without the Victoria, it is Victoria, right? Your Highness, it is good to finally meet you. Yes, it is nice to meet you. For the first time ever. I know, I've heard many soldiers about Her Highness's selfish charity work. Selfless, not selfish. Victoria, I didn't know you'd become involved with my charities. I'm not surprised. You were always the role model of selfishness. Selflessness. Ah, yes, Your Highness. She's well known for her work distributing gold to the moneyless villagers, that is to say, the poorer townspeople. Geez, Vicky, that sounds a bit dangerous. Aren't you afraid of being waylaid by lawless criminals? Your sister has a good point, Victoria. Familiar with some of the areas of our charity's focus. There are some unsavory characters there with a complete disregard for the law. Oh, wouldn't you be afraid you'd be in danger? Sure, your sister can handle herself. I'm quite sure of it. Why, I bet she could come face to face with Robina the Hood herself, and be in no more danger than she is now. You wouldn't want to borrow a little mirror I have, would you, Victoria? Victoria, what are Jem and your sisters implying? Father, you make it so the adventurers who slay monsters bothering townspeople get a little something for their troubles, right? I mean, if Robina the Hood, you didn't do that, being a hero would be much less profitable, wouldn't it? And the way I see it, that would be bad in a couple ways. Do continue, because I'm very interested how you're going to rationalize one of my daughters supporting and even directly aiding crime. See, if the heroes didn't see slaying monsters as profitable, the number of active heroes would decrease, and that would do two things. It would make more trouble for your subjects, since monsters attacks would become more frequent, and there'd be fewer heroes spending their one gold in shops and inns throughout your realm. So really, when we think about it, Victoria's actions as Robina benefit your kingdom's economy. You know, Anna, that kind of makes sense. Yes, it does. Definitely does. That's been my motivation the whole time, helping the people. I can't say I entirely approve of your methods, but I'm glad to see you taking an interest in the well-beings of our subjects. Even if your attempts to aid them were rather circuitous, we'll have to have a lengthy talk about what your plans for the future are, my girl. I highly doubt you'll attract a prince gallivanting around the countryside engaged in such unsuitable This person's just fully asleep. I love it. As for you, Anno, you have sweat the sharp mind, such an ability to finesse the facts of the situation and present them in a good light. Well, but I could have a use for such a silver-tongued young knight at court. Sir Vice is in charge of coordinating the knights who work directly for me. See him about a position as a public relations consultant. I have high hopes for you, young man. I'd be happy to show you around the court, Sir Anno. I'm sure someone as brave and gallant as you must have many stories to tell. Yes, I do. Speaking of stories, really, Victoria, some of the tales I've heard about your alter ego, I hope they aren't all true. Only most of them. Jem, you can stop helping now. Aw, you sure? I could keep going. I've done so well with Anno, after all. Quite sure? He is quite a knight, isn't he? As you wish, Your Highness. Bandit loot shop. So this is a bunch of poison weapons, kind of able to get all sorts of things. And, oh, that's a pretty fun hat. We're not actually going to pick up any of these, and they aren't going to sell, so. Complete the quest. Scandalous. This will set the townsfolk talking, to be sure. And that is all those quests done. So if we take back a look at our timeline, where is it going to send us next? Beach invasion. Ooh. And of course, peace doesn't seem to last. After exploring Amityville, Wilshire, with your newly hatched dragon, it's time for a vacation. But of course, something has to go wrong. Your brief vacation is cut short by an onslaught of light and fire elemental creatures. Who could be behind such an awful plan? Let's to war. Oh, it's just one of these. We've actually looked at the beach invasion before when we first had our Doom weapon. So let's travel to the middle of it. Hot plot. Ha 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 ha! The heroes of Falcon Range are completely preoccupied with my cleverly disguised fire minions. You are free to make your move. Cleverly disguised? They're on fire. All of them are on fire. How is that cleverly disguised? The lava goblin isn't on fire. I have to admit, Zan, it takes an amazing amount of power to cast an illusion on an army of that size. They really all seem to be aligned with light instead of fire. I'm impressed. I'm not here to impress you, Necromancer. This illusion is only a taste of the Pyramicon's true power. I'm only here helping you by Lord Scepter's command. I'm wasting time with you while Warlock sits in his tent and don't lose your focus. Once we're done here, you may return to your obsession with the Blue Mage, and I will return to my plans in Amityville. You know the plan. Your minion distracts the heroes, drain their energy and their resources. Then my undead army joins your forces, and together they lay waste on Falcon Reach once and for all. Finally, we retrieve the hatchling for Lord Scepter and claim our rewards. Now before my creation cooks the Dragon Masters and the rest of those heroes. Falcon Reach has already has recruited for the ashes once. Do not like leaving things unfinished. Do not fear, even if our combined forces fall to gem, our new powerful servants will finish the jobs. These pathetic heroes are too tired to put up any kind of fight. Falcon Reach is doomed. Any chance we can turn down the heat in here? I told you to regret wearing those robes. You could take your hood down. No, I can't. I have terrible hood hair right now. How about a glass of water? Water? My head is mostly made of fire. Why would I have water? Never mind. So, it looks like the Necromantress, who we've already met because of how I went in the order of things, and Zan, who killed us before, or nearly did, are working together in this beach invasion. No, I don't want that. I want this one. To War Part 2. It's a Friday the 13th invasion, but let's fight the boss monster. That's all of them. Never been so tired. I'm asleep for a week. Not quite all of them, Jam. Wait a second. I usually meet Zorback here. He's standing on a pile of hockey masks. Zorback? Hockey masks? That's just silly. No, really. He's usually right here every Friday the 13th. I hoped that the combined armies would finish you and the other heroes, but I suppose that driving you mad is just as good. Not crazy. There is a little blue moblin named Zorback who has the power to raise the dead and use that power to build undead sports teams. Okay, when I say it out loud, it does sound kind of nuts. Insane or not, it is time to finish this. You spent all your time and energy defeating my army of the undead. And Zan's minions, disguised as light monsters. Zan? Yes, Zan. And I have each prepared a challenge for you. Rotgut, Propane, come finish this fool. Battle. Propane. Elemental. Weak to darkness, weak to fire. What? But 200 resist to light, so that's already going to be a problem. Alternatively, we've got Rotgut here. Weakness to light. It's actually interesting. Let's lead off with energy. Rotgut is probably going to be going down pretty quick. And then we were actually going to be able to switch weapons and handle it that way. We're going to follow with light just because it's going to deal quite a bit of damage to him. As long as we haven't attacked Propane, we're not super worried about him getting us. Bite. Oh yeah, there he goes. That was perfect. Rocket is down. There we go. Switch Draco over to Darkness Elemental. And swap out for the weapon we picked up in the last war. Actually giving us a little more all resist. But it is the Scythe of Doomed Eclipse. Level 7. I also picked up enough to get it to level 9 if I need to. But it's slightly weaker than the bone staff, but it's more focused. So when using light or darkness, this item requires boosts bonus when you're using light or darkness. Well, coincidentally, that's what I primarily use. 600 damage there, and we're done. Both bosses down. Amazing, they defeated both of them? How did they find the strength? I guess you've never had to fight something to fight for. Sep will be unhappy with our failure. Oh, I don't know. Let Sep the bad news. I will take full responsibility for our failure. Very well, I don't know what you're up to, Zan, but if you want to take the blame, be my guest. I got some good news and some bad news. What do you want first? Do you have patience for your game, Zan? Is it done? Yes, my lord. During the confusion, I was able to make the switch, and no one in Falconreach even suspects it. Good. What of your illusion? Is there a chance that people of Falconreach will find out that one of the people in Falconreach has been replaced with our spies? No chance of it. If I was able to cast an illusion, making an entire army seem like light monsters, even Lady Celestia will see through my illusion. The replica is in place and awaiting your orders. The two of us are the only ones that know of the replacement, but the Necromantress is no fool. She may uncover the real role in this. Shall I eliminate her? Not yet. She is nearing the end of her usefulness, but has not yet reached it. You're no fun. You've done well, Zan. You may return to your plans regarding Warlock. Ah ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Friday the 13th 3 finale. You did it. The Flaming Light Monster Propane and Rotgut, zombie made from King's missing 300th warrior, have been defeated. But who have Zan and Septra replaced in Falconreach? It could be anyone, but we will find out probably not next time. I get the feeling that timeline-wise, war at sea, we're going right into another war. See you guys next time.